And collective, welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self-love and growth. Hi, you guys. Welcome in. So, shadow work part 3. Here we are, collective. So, I'm going to do our path of the shadows general collective message again today, like I did last week for this week's shadow message on part 3. I'm also going to pull from our divine lessons, which talks about the role of karmics in our life. So, I'm going to pull a spread with those as well. And I'm also going to give you your threads of soul, which are those questions I like to leave with you guys at the end of the messages. Just something to contemplate on that can be important to your life, kind of give you a different perspective, things to think about, right? As we go through healing, we always have to think about the direction we're going, how we're looking at a situation, and a better way to address it. And as you can see, I'm giving you guys some letters in the beginning of the spread. These letters may be important to you in this message. So this could be your first, middle, or last initials. This could be the first, middle, last initials, or someone that you are dealing with as well. Somebody going through this situation or in your energy. So flip it where it goes. But we have the letter L, the letter S, the letter A, O, and Y. Have the word say. So somebody has something to say to you, collective. Okay. Somebody's trying to lasso you in, pull you back into their energy. Somebody's missing you. The letter R, the letter D, the letter G, the letter V, the letter Y again. Something about being dry. Maybe you guys need to drink more water. Maybe you live in a dry climate, like Arizona, somewhere where there's a lot of desert area. The letter A, the letter K could be significant, to be determined. Somebody's in heavy contemplation. The letter R and the letter S as well can be significant. Cars could be significant. Something could be going on with somebody's car. There's a lot of things in question when it comes to this person. The letter I, the letter W, the letter R, and the letter C as well could be significant. Wick, something about a wire. Okay, let me get you guys some numbers. This could be dates, years you were born, your age, dates of importance. Wow, 666. So 666 generally is connected to a negative connotation. So somebody could have been in devil energy. We are talking about shadow work, aspects of self, so the darker side of self. But 666 is also about being completely in balance. And this is why we talk about shadow work. This is what we're working towards, to bring in balance between our light and our dark sides. Okay. So balance is needed. The month of June could be significant. The month of December could be significant. The month of May as well. The number 13, born on the 13th, could be significant. Death and rebirth is significant. Number 11, ascension, is significant. The month of November, the month of July, July 11th or November 7th as well. 7/11. 22 is significant. You could be 22. The number 23 is significant as well. The number 8, born on the 8th, born in August. May 8th is significant. August 5th is significant. You could be a Taurus, Virgo. 10 is significant, born in October, the month of October. The number 3, born in March, Pisces, Scorpio energy. 310. 310, this number 310 is very significant. Again, this could be an area code, a date that's significant, but the number 310, I see a lot, not only in my messages, but also in messages of other readers as well. 11, 12, 12, 11. This could be a synchronicity. Again, the month of November, the month of December as well. Okay, one more roll. 1, 2, 3. It's time for forward movement. The number 6, the month of June. Forward movement is needed right now, collective. Okay. All right, so let's pull a general spread. Let's see what the storyline is regarding shadow within the collective this week. Let's see what advice I can give you guys to help deal with your shadow, deal with people, places, situations that maybe have caused you trauma, are currently causing you trauma. Let's see how we can work through these. Okay. General message for the collective. First one out is gargoyle. In stone I'm carved, let alone in the cold, always watching over, protecting stories untold. Gargoyle energy. So what I'm getting from this particular card collective, this is about secrets. Secrets from the past, stories that people have never told anyone else that has affected them in certain ways. And, you know, when it talks about being carved in stone, it's like etched in memory. It's a memory or something that has happened that is not easily forgotten, but it's something that is not discussed, so it's left in the cold, meaning it's etched in the back of your mind, but it's not something that you talk about. Necromonger. Amidst the whispers of the dead, where mysteries are spread, what should have been gone still here remains. Yeah. So again, those memories of past traumas, things that have happened to you, happened to somebody around you that you never talk about, that is not discussed, that people try to suppress, that you try to suppress, but you can't suppress it. The memory will always be there. This could be something that you've done in the past that maybe you're ashamed of, that you hope no one ever finds out. That could be to your detriment if this is talking about you, collective. But again, this could be somebody that's in your energy that is dealing with this. And maybe this is something that is starting to become illuminated when people act out of unhealed shadow. Those secrets that people try to hide, interestingly enough, sometimes end up coming to the surface unbeknownst to them. So if this is regarding a past action to do harm against someone, that has been a story that nobody truly knows all the details of, it's still there and it is resurfacing. This is the energy that I'm getting. Grim Reaper. Yeah. In the realm of twilight where shadows converge, the Grim Reaper's Seth guides souls to the verge. So somebody has done something in the past to harm another person. And justice is coming to collect, karma is coming back. And so, again, collective, this could be something that's happened to you. And maybe you've had to move forward. Maybe you've had to continue to work on your healing. Maybe you've had to be the bigger person. Maybe you were not able to address the situation and you just had to keep moving. And it felt like you would never be vindicated. You felt as if your story would never be told properly with the right details. People would not truly know what happened to you. But what I'm feeling is different. I feel as if the people who were involved in the situation regarding you or did something to you or someone that you love, this story is about to come to light. I feel like the people are involved that were involved in this situation are nervous because the Grim Reaper is here. So people may come towards you, may start to express themselves or tell their stories out of guilt, out of shame, out of being scared of what's coming next towards them. Fear of failure. The fall keeps repeating on my head, the eternal obstacle between me and the next step. Yeah, people are right now, I feel, trying to decide what to do. People want to take this leap and come and tell the truth or open up about the truth, but there's a fear here. Yeah, this is about what's happened with some divine feminines. Two of them came out at the same time. So I feel like that's significant. This is involving two women. Perfectionism and overthinking. Yeah. Yeah. People are having a lot of anxiety about this situation. And like I said, it's regarding two women or two women are involved somehow. I see a third woman here as well, but I feel like she played a different role in the situation. In the pursuit of perfection, night after night, I've gifted myself 1,000 flaws. Each thought a labyrinth, endless, obscure. There is no peace amidst this self-imposed torture. Yeah. So people are being tortured by their own thoughts of what they've done in the past to these two women, or these are a couple of females that were involved in doing something to someone else. It could be men as well, again, doing this towards two females. So flip it where it goes. But people are overthinking. They're very scared about their future. And they are trying to figure out what their next step should be, how to take a leap of faith in another direction. Because these stories that have not been told, they are going to start coming out to the light. Wow. Yeah, this is some people who were people pleasing, who was trying to please others. And so they did something negative towards others, something harmful. I wonder how much of myself I've lost in others. The pieces that remain, no one can notice. So these are people who have been people pleasing for so long, doing things against other people just to be accepted, that they've completely lost who they were. Almost soulless in a way. They don't have direction. They don't know who they are anymore. They've given away parts of themselves to so many other people in order to please everyone except themselves. So now people are lost. They don't know who they are. Haunted house. Somebody's house is being haunted. Within these haunted walls, secrets reside. Ghosts are just memories that will never die. Again, somebody's being haunted by the thoughts of these past memories, something that they've done against at least two other people. And again, with the Grim Reaper being at the center of the spread here, this is the fear. This is their concern of what's coming towards them. And again, these overthinking thoughts are haunting them. Ghoul. In the shadows I dwell, feeding on what I can, not remembering when was the last time that life tasted well. Yeah. So this is the energy, people living in this shadow side of themselves for so long that they've lost almost a connection to actual reality. They've lost connection with others. They don't feel empathy or compassion towards others. They are just there to feed off of others, to take from others. And they take whatever it is they can, whatever it is someone has to offer them, whether that is their love, energy, money, time, it doesn't matter. It is about their own survival. And so they feed off of people. Yeah, eerie graveyard. Yeah, this is coming to an end. As life transcends and we all fall into a silent embrace, the old attachments die, finding closure and grace. Yeah, this type of energy is coming to an end, is being exposed. People are over dealing with people in this energy, constantly trying to drain them and take from them and never give back to them, harming others for their own survival. The Raven, knowledge, death, energies. Yeah, this knowledge is bringing things to an end. Grim Reaper energy. People are dealing with judgment, spiritual judgment mostly. Some people are dealing with legal issues because of this behavior that has been coming to light. And people are very anxious, overthinking, not sure how to deal with these type of situations. Yeah. So many people have been lost in this shadow side of their lives. Again, that they don't even know who they are anymore. Yeah, confirmation. My right ear is ringing. People have lost contact even with themselves, their own souls. It's like to the point where people are so absent-minded about connecting with other people, being empathic towards others. It's like there is no remorse, there is no conscious there when they are doing the things that they're doing to harm other people, to take from other people, to sacrifice other people. And somehow they have this thought that these things disappear after they've been done. Somehow they believe that they won't ever come back to the surface. See, every story is something written in stone, in the spirit. Everything, every intention, every thought, every action, there is a book that is written to keep track of people's acts, things that they do, wishes that they have upon others that are negative. This is why they say on the day of judgment, your book is opened, your actions are read back to you. There is nothing that is ever going to go untold. There's nothing that anyone can get away with doing without it coming to light. And a lot of people's conscious, I feel, is waking up. And so now they are realizing all of the things that they've been doing is coming back towards them, returning to sender, and very quickly. And they're seeing this in their daily lives. Things crumbling, relationships breaking, people falling into poverty, losing material wealth, relationships, people walking away from them. That is what's happening in the general energy right now on the shadow side of things for the collective. So, you may not witness people's karma collective, but it's here. Divine lessons, repetitive life path energy, soul lessons. This energy moves like a revolving door, bringing you back to the same struggles, the same choices, the same crossroads until the lesson is finally learned. New faces, new places, yet the pattern remains. whispering of unfinished business. So this is about you going through things in your life until you make a different choice. This is where everyone comes to a crossroads. You have the right to choose a different path, but if you continue to go down the same road, inevitably your consequence will be of the same nature. Soul lessons. You have a chance to change or close a cycle, to get out of a repeated pattern of behavior if you choose it. And you can definitely choose to stay in the same pattern, the same cycle, but just expect the consequences to match your choice. Childhood friend, ghost of the past. Once inseparable, now a stranger wearing a familiar face. Time reveals the cracks, resentment, rivalry, disdain, and past that no longer align. Their lesson that nostalgia cannot and should not hold together what growth has pulled apart. So some of you guys are dealing with a childhood friend or somebody in your energy now as an adult that reminds you of a childhood friend that you walked away from. So again, are you going to allow a repeated pattern, or are you going to stop a cycle? Daughter, burden, heir. She inherited more than just your name. She carried the unspoken wounds of generations before her, whether through manipulation, resentment, or deep emotional ties. She teaches that not all bonds heal, and breaking the cycle means facing the truth, not just rewriting it. These are the type of lessons that are hardest because it has to do with family. It has to do with the people who we are around the most. But a pattern is a pattern. A generational curse is a generational curse and still needs to be broken if you choose. Mother-daughter wounds are a very deep topic. I might in the future do a message specifically on that. I feel like it's a huge one, along with maybe just, a masculine father wound message as well. Because these are the first connections as children that we have that shape us into who we are. And sometimes the patterns are already embedded in our bloodline. So it's like we're born into this generational pattern. And sometimes we don't see it right away. Most of the time, we don't notice until we are a little bit older. And then you still have to decide if you want to break that chain. Authority figure, power hungry, overseer. Through manipulation, intimidation, or favoritism, they thrive on control and use loopholes to suppress. The lesson to be learned is that true leadership is not about dominance, it's about integrity, and not everyone in power deserves or knows how to lead. So many people abuse their positions in power. They manipulate people, they threaten people to control them. They make them feel as if they can't live without them. That is what's coming to an end, especially right now in the world. Female, wounded mother figure. Again, another female wound, mother wound. She embodies the lesson of conditional love, compassion, or rejecting by forcing you to face the wounds of your soul felt by not fully being nurtured. She reveals the scars that shaped your sense of self-worth. Her lesson that true love does not require proving, performing, or pleasing. It simply exists. I know so many women who have worked their whole life to try to prove their worthiness to their mother figure who just didn't care. So it was a constant reminder of their rejection. It was a constant reminder of their lack of nurturing. And these women turn into people pleasers. They turn into women who always feel they need to overgive to others in order to find the love that should have been given to them by their own mother. It is a deep scar and a deep wound that's very hard to heal. A lot of people don't understand that in order to heal a wound like that, you have to accept the fact that you are not going to have a loving and nurturing connection with your mother. You have to accept them for who they are so that you can heal your own heart and move forward, not having expectations of them that don't exist, that will never come to pass, that will continuously keep you disappointed. Evil eye energy, weight of unseen envy. Not all eyes watching you are filled with admiration. This is a true fact. This is something that I deal with constantly. And I am glad to return it back to the sender because it never belongs to me. But people will feel envious and jealous no matter what you do, no matter how good of a person you are, no matter what your intention, if that is what they want to feel. That is a personal choice. Some gaze with silent resentment and jealousy, weaving unseen threads of resistance around your path. Their energy lingers in the air, pressing down, waiting for an opening. Cleanse your energy constantly. Evil eye can come in many ways and many forms, making it difficult to trace the source and usually sent without the sender's awareness. Some people are not even aware that they are sending you evil eye collective out of jealousy and out of envy. And it is because it is natural for someone who's not in a good position in their own life to feel this envy or jealousy about someone who they feel has a better life or is in a better situation, not realizing that they also have a choice to overcome their own situation and get into a better situation. So instead of reaching out to the person that they feel this envy towards and ask, hey, how can I get in a better position? How can I, out of pride and ego, they just send negative energy towards you. And again, sometimes it is done unconsciously. A lot of the times it's not. But there are times where people don't even realize that's what they're doing. A few more here. Repetitive zodiac energy, soul contract recognition. This energy moves in cycles, appearing again and again through familiar zodiac signs, drawing the same lessons in different forms. The faces change, but the essence remains, mirroring patterns, triggering growth, or binding you to unfinished agreements. These connections are not coincidence, they are meant as recognition. Are you continually repeating patterns and lessons of the past, or are you finally ready to complete the lesson, fulfill the contract, and move forward on your soul's journey? So, yeah, even zodiac signs have a pattern. A couple of weeks back, if you are new to the Soul Tribe, if you're new to the channel, a couple of weeks back, I did um, zodiac signs shadow for each specific zodiac sign for a reason. So check those out. Whatever your sign is, it is meant for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or north node. But I feel it's very useful to understand how our shadow affects even our individual selves as our zodiac signs. Okay, last one. Repetitive relationship energy. Yeah, the familiar stranger. So the faces change, but the story stays the same. The energy brings different people into your life, yet they carry the same lessons, the same wounds, the same karmic ties, whether romantic, platonic, or professional. The dynamic repeats until it's recognized. Be mindful. Are you meeting someone new, or are you meeting the same energy in a different body? Actually, I'll get you guys one more. And then just be careful of this trickster energy, this acquaintance. Yeah, confirmation. Whether through gossip, deception, or well-placed jab, you learn lessons in who to share with and who to avoid. Even the smallest interactions can be practiced in how to protect your energy while sorting through the mask. Yeah, there's a lot of people around you, collective, that wear a mask. And again, some people are very good at hiding their true emotions, intentions, their evil eye, but be mindful, okay? If it felt like it was a jab or shade thrown at you indirectly or slight, it was, no matter how much they laugh about it. The hidden village. What part of yourself remains unseen or unexplored, collective? How might you rediscover this hidden piece of your identity? What part of you has kept hidden that is time for you to rediscover? The map with no names. What part of your life feels uncertain or uncharted? How can you navigate without needing all the answers? So, some of you guys need to do some self discovery, looking deeper into yourself. Like I said, to discover what it is about you that you need to work on. And even self discovery, understand, collective, that self discovery sometimes opens the door and helps you to find the key to what's truly important to you. It gives you insight about those aspects of yourself that were hidden, talents that you didn't even know existed. So sometimes doing that deep rooted work brings about amazing things as well, along with self confidence. Okay. What's the most important wisdom of the shadow oracle needed for the collective at this time? What is the most important wisdom of the shadow? Okay. Resistance. At the bottom of the deck, frustration. I'm not going to read these, but I'm just going to sit them out here because I feel called to pull these. Connections and identity. So these could also be important to you guys, but I'm just going to read resistance. There's a lot of frustration within connections at this time. Resistance. But in that open spread, there's a lot of people nervous about their past actions coming back to bite them and how they did you, collective, how they wronged you. They felt like they got away with it for a little while. Most people do. That's the ego. I take a deeper look at the resistance that arises from within me. I acknowledge the dignity in resisting. Our no holds untapped potential and it can be misunderstood even within us. How much attention and listening do we give to our no? The word no. Since we are creatures who like comfort and habit, when something stretches us beyond that, we can feel resistant or we can feel a no rise up. Is our resistance serving us? Is it sharing with us where our boundaries are? Or is it keeping us from experiencing something greater? Our no isn't a stopping point, it's a door that opens to greater wisdom within. When we feel a no or resistance rise up, that is an invitation to check in with ourselves and see what is most true. For everything that stretches us beyond what we currently know, our power, our shadow exploration, difficult conversations, letting go, relearning, we will feel resistance because we are pushing against the energetic membrane of what we currently know. We'll feel stretched if we're growing. Consider where you may be rightfully resisting that which you are not aligned with and holding a firm no. Can you stand in that no more fully? Consider where you may be resisting something that needs to be looked at because of not wanting to do the inner work and or disrupt a sense of comfort. In those cases, can you lean into the discomfort? What are you resisting addressing, collective, that you want to learn to lean into? What are you resisting that keeps persisting and showing up in your life? How can you develop a deeper relationship with your true no? So it's just about resisting, is just about understanding the difference between you resisting as a boundary, a healthy boundary, and saying no when you should say no instead of being a people pleaser, versus just saying no and resisting change because it's uncomfortable, because you don't want to do the work, because you don't want to put in the effort. There's a difference. And resistance in the ways where it becomes a place where you just don't want to change or do the work, inevitably, it doesn't matter how long you say no, at some point you will be forced to change. So you can resist until you are forced into change, or you can choose to accept that change is needed and do it on your own time with your own energy. All right, collective, that is what I have for shadow work part 3. Wisdom of the Shadow. Thank you so much for being here with me this week again. I pray the message was useful as always. Welcome in any new subscribers to the channel. Welcome to the Soul Tribe, you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here with you. Hopefully, you'll catch me over in Wounds to Wisdom tomorrow. But if this is where I leave you for the week, I pray that you have an amazing week, that you continue to heal, take leaps of faith, understand that justice is inevitable. So don't worry about it. Stay focused on your healing. Stay focused on your growth. I love you guys. To the moon and back. Until next time, you guys. Bye.